Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Vedina
Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Hare
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya.
की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद जय। ओम प्रभुपाद परम परिवजकाचार्य स्तोत्र श्री श्रीमदेसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परम परिवजकाचार्य स्तोत्र श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से गौ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंदगिरी गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा मई की जय। यमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री नाम संकीर्तन की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Adjust karo Prabhu. You adjust, remove this.
Okay.
See if it fits. Okay. Can you increase the height to remove the third one?
Close.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today there is no Saturday school, so I want all the kids to be here. Call everyone.
This is this would
Kids. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Sit in the front. Yatarth.
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी 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 जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी यशोदनंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय गुरुदेवा 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 निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल 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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मूकं करोति वाचालं Phangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurun Deenataranam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Vaisesika Dasadikari Tinamini Nama Prabhu Shilai Phila Prabhadana Sarnya Niti Dagade Tasmi Shastra Venachari. Hare Krishna. Very nice to see you all after 2 weeks. Last week was our Rath Yatra. Hope you all enjoyed. Right? It was a good event. Wonderful weather actually. Every year at least it would have rained, but this year after the event it rained. Jagannath's mercy. It was wonderful weather. It was very nice event. So thank you for all who have participated in the event in one way or another. So many devotees did a lot of services. So thanks to all of you. So we will continue our study of 10 offenses. Hopefully we will complete it today. It's been more than 4 sessions actually, but we'll complete it today. We'll try to. We'll see how we go. Okay? Because we just discussed the very first offense. Do you remember what is the very first offense? No? Forgot?
To blaspheme the devotee
Yes.
who has given their life to propagate Krishna's name.
Holy name of the Lord. Very nice. So we also discussed, while discussing this offense, we discussed about Vaishnava Aparadha, which is one of the most important aspect, you know. And even to begin with, okay. So we discussed for this Kali Yuga, Harinam Sankirtan is the most important thing. That is the base. That is the foundation. Srila Prabhupada says 99% of our spiritual growth depends on how we chant. Because for this Kali Yuga, that is a perfect prescription. Kids can also join here. Kids, Yatarth, Vansh. So there will be some question answer session also, interactive. So you have to answer. Come front. So for this age of Kali Yuga, okay, because different ages, different prescriptions, right, to attain Lord Krishna. But for this age, because it is Kalau, it's always quarrel and hypocrisy. It's very difficult to follow those procedures or prescriptions, whatever they have given in different Yuga. So for this Kali Yuga, so we know that the easiest way to attain Lord Krishna is chanting. Wonderful. Who said that? Yathart. Wonderful. What the chanting is? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that is very well prescribed in most of the scriptures for this Kali Yuga, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodashaka Namnam Kali Kalmashanashanam Nato Parataro Payo Sarva Vedeshu Drishtashi. So this 16 syllable, there is no other way other than chanting this Maha Mantra for this Kali Yuga. So we established that chanting is the only process that we have to follow properly. And in many other scriptures also I said, even in Bhagavatam which we are going through, right, the very last verse, Bhagavatam, after going through all the pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam, it ended up in the last verse. What is the last verse? Yes, bolo. Tam namami harim pram. I offer Obeisances to those names. Sarva Papa Pranashanam, which takes away all your Papa. Pranamo Dukkha Shamanam. Even Dukkha also will get eradicated. Okay, just by following. Nama Sankirtana Mesya. So for this Kali Yuga. So even Srimad Bhagavatam we say. Okay, in Bhagavatam also says, even though we are in Kali Yuga, Kalair Doshe Niderajan Asti Eko Mahan Guna Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Muktasanga Param Rajet. So even there it is established, Kirtana, Nama Sankirtana. Okay, even in the Srila Prahlad Maharaj, he says Navavida Bhakti, right? Shravanam Kirtana, most important out of all that. So we all know that chanting is the most essential, chanting is the only way. There is no other way. It is like a foundation of a building, right? So if you want to build more stories, what do? The more deeper the foundation is, correct? The deeper the foundation is, the more higher the stories you can build, right? So the foundation of that building will remain strong. The building will remain strong. So the foundation of our spiritual growth is chanting. There is no other way. So even if you don't follow up scriptures, or if you're not able to read scriptures, not able to remember slokas, that is still fine, no problem. But if you chant perfectly, if you chant very nicely, Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual master, and your spiritual master, if you have, so they all will help, they all will give us energy. Okay, so Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, I will give you that Buddhi. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yajana Paryupasate. Dadhami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yenamam Upayantite. So to come to me, I will give you that intelligence. Krishna says that. But you have to follow what I say. Not that use your own intelligence, right? So that is why we have spiritual masters. So we established, okay, that Harinam, there is nothing other than Harinam, in this Kali Yuga, for you to be happy, for us to be happy. And the benefits of Harinam also we went through. Okay, I'm just recapping with 5 minutes, that's all. After that we'll get into the reals. So benefits of chanting, nicely. What is the benefit? Benefit means you'll be happy, first of all. Okay, that is the move. And second of all, that, yes, purification. Okay, your heart gets, our heart gets purified. Because we all have this Arishad Varga. Hamat Arishad Vargas means 6 misgivings. Okay, what are those 6? Nihal? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Okay, so we have all these misgivings. Unless we take that off, unless our heart gets purified, we can't invite Krishna, right? How will we invite Krishna? Our heart is polluted. So first we have to get away from this, and chanting helps. Okay, so those are the benefits. What are the other benefits of chanting? Humbleness. You get all good qualities, actually. All the qualities, good qualities you acquire of chanting, right? And finally you can achieve love of God. Okay, chanting. Because your heart gets purified. So then Krishna will come, enter into your ears through Bhagavatam, through Bhagavad Gita, all those you hear, right? Yasyam vai Shruyamanayam, Krishne Paramapurushe, Bhakti Utpatyate Panta, Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. So all these 3 things. Yasyam vai Shruyamanayam, just by giving oral reception of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Katha, all that. Okay, Shruyamanayam means just by oral reception. Yasyam vai, okay, of the scriptures. Okay, Krishna Paramapurushe, about Krishna. If you just by hearing about Krishna, Bhakti Utpatyate Panta, like Pumsa. In our heart, Bhakti will erupt. So once Bhakti erupts, then Shoka Moha Bhaya Pahaha. Shoka Moha Bhaya. What is the Shoka? Shoka is lamentation. We all lament, right? We all lament what we don't have in our life. I don't have car, I don't have building, I don't have good wife, I don't have good husband. So we always lament in every stage of our life. So Shoka, Moha means illusion. And Shoka Moha, Bhaya is always there, fear. Everybody has a fear, right? Nowadays fear is mostly about job. Oh, I am going to lose job, right? Because the situation is like that. So fear means F-E-A-R. Just remember this, F-E-A-R. Fear means false evidence appearing real. You know, it never happened, that event never happened, but you imagine that event is going to happen, you are getting afraid of it. So that is fear. false evidence appearing real. So fear, everybody has this fear. These three will go away. Shoka, moha, bhayapaha. If bhakti comes, sprouts in your heart, right? Bhakti utpatyate pumsa. Shoka, moha, bhayapaha. Just by hearing. That is the beauty of it. Hearing means, again, chanting also. Chanting also is hearing. You chant Krishna's names and you hear. Right? Chant and hear. Chant and hear. So that is chanting. Chanting also is. So those are the benefits. Many benefits of chanting Mahamantra in this Kali Yuga. In spite of all this quarrel and hypocrisy. Kalair doshe. Okay. This Kali Yuga is full of dosha. Nidhi, Bhandar. Bhandar of what? All quarrel and hypocrisy. So in spite of that, we still have Kirtana Deva Krishnasya. Okay. So that is one Mahan Guna in this. Eko hi Mahan Guna. So we have to take it very seriously. We can't take it lightly. Okay, we have to take it very seriously about chanting of holy name. So those are the benefits. If we don't do that, right, even though you took to chanting today, but if you don't do it right, then it is more danger, right? If you don't do it right in the sense what, if it is comprised of so many offenses we do, we'll go through that, okay? As we discussed, there are 3 stages, right? When we do chanting, what are those 3 stages? Nama Aprad, Nama Bhas, and Shuddhanam. So there are 3 stages. Right now, in what stage we are in? I can speak about myself, not you, sorry. I am in Nama Aprad stage. Okay, so because we do a lot of aprads and we should do chanting. So what are the downsides of those Nama Aprads chanting? First of all, you don't get taste. You don't get taste in. So the whole purpose of this Kali Yuga is only chanting. Right? Utite, boshite, kaite, shuite. What is that? Jata, tata, namulo. So Bengali. Right? Yeah. So our whole life is only for chanting. That's all. Even at work, you can do that. Even at work, when you're doing programming. So when I do programming, I can talk about myself. When I'm doing programming, that most of the time the program doesn't work. Okay. So it is good that it doesn't work, because if it works, then I forgot Krishna. So if no, most of the time it doesn't work, then I'll say, Krishna, I'm wasting my time. You have to pitch in. Then I'll go one round, then come back, sit. Believe me or not, it works. Okay, so this I call Haribol policy. I follow that. Seriously, I do that. Even today, yesterday, So this is, each one can adopt is your own way, to remember Krishna somehow or the other. But even at work, you can remember. So 24/7, you can remember. Right? Somebody asks question, Prabhuji, I am sleeping 8 hours or 6 hours, 5 hours. Then how can I remember? Am I remembering that? Am I remembering Krishna in that? No, those similarly, like how you go to office, right? You get monthly salary. What? At the end, you get monthly salary. Does that mean that you work monthly? No, you don't work monthly. You work only 20 days, 22 days. But still they say monthly salary. So that means they are giving you 2 days off so that you can recuperate from all the tiredness, so that you can do better job at work. Right? That is the intention. So similarly, you are doing 24 hours chanting means that even though you don't chant while sleeping, that means you are recuperating your body so that you can get back your energy, get back your enthusiasm, so that you can chant better when you are awake. So that is the whole thing. So that means you are chanting 24 hours. Okay, the sleeping is also for Krishna. Right? So that is the beauty of chanting. Anywhere you can chant, wherever. Nam Nam Akari Boda Nija Sarva Shakti. Shikshastakam, we know that. Right? All the potency of Krishna is been established in these names. Their names are very powerful, very powerful. When you say Krishna, Krishna will come here on tongue and dance. So that is what they say. But if you chant Shuddhanam, not with offenses. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada also says that if you chant one round or one time, you get elevated to Goloka. So that means we should have gone many times now, right? We are chanting 16 rounds, but we don't. So that's what the disclaimer is, with no offenses. Okay, so we should not do any offense anymore. Especially the one which we understood last time is Vaishnava Aparad. Okay, Vaishnava offense. Vaishnava offense is, there are many types, right? You do offense through words, Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, through through activities, through words, or through mind. In Kali Yuga, unfortunately, no, unfortunately also, offenses caused by mind, not much effect. Because mind is always bewildered. It's always disturbed in Kali Yuga. So offenses caused by mind is not much implication on that. But still, it starts with here means someday it will come through words, someday it will come through actions, right? So better to stop here itself, right? Offenses. So you do kaya, vacha, manasa offenses. So also we saw the 6 types of Vaishnava offenses. Do anyone remember 6 types? Yes.
Considering the holy name to be equal to the names of...
No. I'm talking about the first one, which is a Vaishnava offense. Vaishnava offense means there are 6 ways to offend a Vaishnava. It is in Skanda Puran. We discussed. Yes. Hanti, Nindanti, Dvestiva. Then? Nabhinandanti.
Not offering respects to the...
Okay, so English will say Hanti. Hanti means you hurting them physically. You kill or you hurt physically. Hanti. Okay, Nindanti. Nindanti means criticize. Okay, so other way. Then Hanti Nindanti, Dvesti. What is Dvesti? Enviousness. Enviousness. You cannot build up enviousness against any Vaishnava. Then Nabhinandanti. Then not offering obeisances to any Vaishnava upon seeing them. So that is the first thing we have to do. And then 5th one is
not being happy on seeing
angry.
Vaishnava.
Okay, not being happy by seeing Vaishnava. So were you happy when you saw that here? No? Really? Don't say just because of seeing. So you have to be happy. As soon as you see Vaishnava with Tila, Kantimala, Dhoti, Kurta, boom. Okay, so thank you very much, Prabhu. Very nice to see you. So even though we don't do it by heart, so my teacher used to say, okay, if you can't make it, fake it. To start with, you can't make it, fake it. Okay, so that's how we learn, right? To start with, we don't get it. After coming to Krishna conscious, learning all these things, we get it. So at least when you see any Vaishnava, please, very nice to see you, Prabhu, today. Very nice to see you, Mataji. After a long time, even though if it is a week, but after a long time. so you have to offer obeisances, actually. So offer obeisances and you have to be happy. That is a narshati. If you are not happy by seeing a Vaishnava, then that is also an offense. Okay, so one has to be very, very careful. Because it comes back to us. We also read about the ball example, right? Ball you throw and it comes back to you. Depends on what kind of ball you throw. Red ball, white ball, blue ball, whatever. That ball will come back to you. That means the karma will come back to us. Okay, so we could have done pious. You don't know what is the past karmas, what we have done. Could be in this life or could be in previous life. Okay, nothing happens accidental here. Everything is planned. Okay, so something bad happening to us, we see, I didn't do anything according to my memory and intelligence. I have not committed any offense throughout my life, right? But still, I go through all these problems. Why? Because we have done something in the past life which we don't know. So we have to take it, we have to see like that. Okay. So we learned about all these things last time. And what is the cause of that and how to get away. So we discussed what is Vaishnava Aparadh and how to get away from that. How to get away from that is that you have to, if you have offended a Vaishnava, right? So you openly go and beg forgiveness from that Vaishnava. Prabhuji, I'm very sorry. Whoever it is, doesn't matter whether it's senior to you or junior to you or equals to you. Okay, please forgive me. I've done something wrong. So unless you don't do that, there will be a lot of implications. So you'll be acquiring bad karma. So it's better to be that. Okay, one has to be very afraid of karma actually. So we are not afraid of karma. That's why we commit so many offenses actually. We don't have that knowledge. And to get that knowledge and to be afraid of karma, you need knowledge, right? So that's what we are going through now. So sincerely beg for forgiveness and then you have to repent that I have done this. Then next time I'll make sure that I don't do. Right? So that is Vaishnava offense. Okay. So, and now coming to the second offense, which is also very important. See, first offense, Vaishnava, first 3 offenses are basically Hari Guru Vaishnava. So if you categorize all the 10 offenses, which we are going to learn now. First three offenses are there, right? So they're all related to Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas. Okay. Then the fourth offense is criticizing the scriptures. Okay. And then fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth are underestimating the potency of the holy name. Underestimating the potency of the holy name. And ninth offense is based on the faith, and 10th offense is based on attachment. So we are going to discuss in more detail about it. So one has to pray very sincerely to the Lord, because we are all chanting. When we chant, we have this mood. We have to set this mood that Krishna, please help me. Please help me. I beg you. Don't allow me to do any offense. So how could that happen? That happen if you follow these four limbs. It is described in scriptures. If you can follow these four limbs, then definitely you won't chant offense with offenses. What is that? Glorifying the Lord. One has to glorify the Lord. Whenever you get opportunity, glorify Lord. Okay, so the same thing applies to Vaishnava also. Whenever you get an opportunity, you glorify that Vaishnava. Okay, so as I said earlier, Yugal Kishore Prabhu had this systematic way. That means at least once in 3 months we had a session, complete one session. We don't discuss any Srimad Bhagavatam, any scripture. We just had all the Vaishnavas sit around, then glorify other Vaishnavas. The whole session was that. Which is very important. The more you glorify others, in spite of them having some downside, still if you glorify them, then our heart becomes pure. Right? So you have to glorify Lord. 4 limbs. Okay, follow this. 4 limbs. Okay, to chant properly. Glorify Lord and show gratitude. Thank Krishna for giving everything. Okay, because many people, if you see, whenever we see those people who are on the lower side of us, right? That means, say we have a house to live. People who don't have a house, look at them and be happy. Not look at those people who have bigger house than us and be sorrow. No, look at people who are lower than us and then become happy. That's all. So many people in India, for example, like my friend, I can say practical example, when we were studying together, right? I was a just moderate, okay, in my colleges, moderate, above average, that's all. My friend, they were like always first class, rank students. Okay, but they couldn't get to America. Why? I got to America, right? They couldn't get to America. In spite of so much struggle, they couldn't make it. They were not going through interviews. Somehow they didn't get visa got rejected. So many things. Why? Because Krishna showed that some mercy, right? So we have to show gratitude. So whatever is happening in our life, whatever has happened in our life, it is for our good. So we have to thank Krishna every now and then. Right? This is Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving Day is not for others also. We have to thank Krishna also. Thanksgiving Day. That Thanksgiving Day should be every day, every moment. So first thing is we have to glorify Lord. Second thing is we have to show gratitude. Right? So and third thing is we have to seek forgiveness. Okay, unknowingly or knowingly we have done so many mistakes. So please forgive. Because not every mistake will be aware unless the repercussions happen, right? So unknowingly or knowingly we have done last time. Please forgive me. That is the third thing. Okay, this happens. This applies to Vaishnava also. Okay, and then fourth thing is please you have to pray that please engage me in your devotional service always. That is the implicit meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra also. Krishna and Rama, Radharani, energy of Krishna, please engage me in your service. That is Mahamantra, right? That is the implicit meaning of Mahamantra. So these 4 things should be there. Okay, so then we can chant properly. So next we'll come to the second offense. What is the second offense?
Yeah, considering the names.
Considering the names of
Demigod equal to the
Like Lord Shiva or Brahma, to be equal to or independent of
Lord Vishnu. To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma to be equal or independent of the names of Lord Vishnu. So we all know, we established, right, at one of our studies we established that Krishna and Krishna's names are not different.
Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purnashuddho Nityamukto Abhinatva Nama Namine Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? So there he says Nama Chintamani Krishna. Okay? So this the name Chintamani. Chintamani means somebody said after started chanting, I am always in Chinta. Not that Chinta. Chintamani about gold, Chintamani. Okay? So Nama Chintamani Krishna rice Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. It is Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto. Abhinatva Nama Namine. So there is no difference between Krishna and Krishna's names. If you say Krishna, 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 actually Krishna is there. So that is in case of Krishna. Okay, it is called non-duality. Okay. But in case of the demigods, Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma, specifically mentioned here, their names and them are not, they are not the same. They are different. That is called duality concept. They are different. Okay, so they, like in case of Lord Shiva is called Vaishwananam Yata Shambho. He is the greatest Vaishnava. Right? Still he is a devotee of Krishna. Vaishnava means what? Vishnu disciple. Vishnu devotee means Vaishnava. Right? So he is still a devotee of Lord Krishna. He cannot be equal to Krishna. At the same time, Brahma also. Right? You all know Brahma is a secondary creator for this universe. Similarly, there is another universe. There is another Brahma there. There is another Brahma. They are unlimited Brahmas. They have 4 heads. Some Brahmas have 100 heads. Some Brahma has million heads. Okay. So, but Krishna is one. There are many Brahmas. So, Brahma is also a devotee of Lord Krishna. So, they cannot be same. They cannot be same, and also they cannot be independent. Right? They don't work independently unless Krishna sanctions or whatever. They can't even act independently. They have limited independence, but that is also limited. Right? Again, everything should come from Krishna. So it is very clearly mentioned. So it is mentioned here names of demigods. Okay, they are not God. They are not supreme personality of Godhead. They are demigods. Even in Bhagavad Gita, what is that sloka? Bhagavad Gita? Do you remember? 720. Kamasthaistair ritagnana prapadyante anya devata. Right? Those who are less intelligent, they worship demigods to acquire some material benefit. But we are not after material benefit, right? Do we go to Krishna? Krishna, give me some, pass me in this examination, it's sad. Do we do that? We don't do, right? So we don't want anything material, because material means again we'll be entangled in this material world. Again means birth, old age, disease and death. All these things will come. All those problems, 7 problems we discussed. Okay, so not to get entangled means we go to Krishna to get love of God and service to Krishna. That's all. We don't want anything material. We need only spiritual, so that we can go back. Okay, if we go back there, Krishna, everything is happy. Na tad bhashayato shuryo, na shachanko na pavaka, yadgatva na nivartante taddama paramamama. So in my world, there is no sunshine required. There is no electricity required. He says that, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. No electricity required, no sunshine required, nothing is there. Every time happy, no homework for kids. Yeah, so you want to go there? So go there and you can play with him always, 24/7. Only eating, sleeping, nothing else. Okay, no homework. Yeah, always playing with coward boy. Coward. He's a coward boy, right? Playing with cows and well, full fun. Okay, so you have to aim to that. Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, so to make it happen, he says, worship me, not worship demigods. He says it's avidi purvakam. Avidi purvakam means instead of eating like this, you're eating like this. Is it easy? It is difficult. You can't eat. So eat like this. Okay, so direct process. You come to me directly, not through demigod. He says in Bhagavad Gita, there's a full chapter we discuss about worshipping of Bhagavad Gita. Worshipping of demigods. If you worship, where you go? Yanti Devan. Yanti Devan. Bhutani Yanti Bhutejya. So he says that if you worship demigods, you'll go to demigod world.
So like that. So he has clearly mentioned in Bhagavad Gita what happens if you worship demigod. So demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they cannot be equal to God. God is only one supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So that is, if you consider Shiva and Brahma, they are equal to Krishna, then that is a very big offense actually. It's very big offense. So once when I visited India during my vacation, one of my vacations, I visited one of our relatives' place. So I went into, just curious, I went into their altar to see what it is. So they opened the door altar, big altar, big room, TT room. So I opened and all 33 million demigods. Everybody's photo completed. There's no space on the wall. This wall, that wall, every wall is completely filled. All demigod. I said, what is this? What's happening? So whom do you worship? We worship everybody. Because nobody should be unhappy. If I worship this God will be unhappy. No, I worship everybody. So who is God? Everybody is God for me. So Monday they do Monday, Tuesday they have specific deity for each day, right? Monday, huh?
Monday Shiva, Tuesday Ganesha.
Ah, yeah, so they have specific deity. So other deities, they should not feel bad. So for them, they allocate one day. So that is not proper actually. That is not Krishna consciousness. So one has to be very careful. So when they say, everybody is God, I worship everyone, I'll make everyone happy. No, that is not correct. That's not according to Bhagavad Gita's formula. No. So it's very clear. So they are all, the demigod, Krishna is only supreme personality of Godhead. So that we established. So this is the second. So how do we get away from this? So we need knowledge, right? We need to read scriptures. So we need knowledge, and we can discuss among this. Krishna also says, one of the Bhagavad Gita sloka verse, you remember? Krishna says when we discuss, what is that? When we discuss among ourselves, you will be very happy. You want clue?
I'm very bad at it.
Okay. Machitta madgata pranaha bodhayantas parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So machitta madgata pranaha bodhayantas parasparam. We discuss about my pastimes because his pastimes are divine, right? His pastimes, again in Bhagavad Gita he confirmed that. What is that sloka? Where his pastimes are divine. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata tektva deham punar janma naiti mameti sorjuna. So it clearly defines everything in Bhagavad Gita, right? So we have to discuss Krishna Katha whenever we get chance, right? So he likes that. In 12th chapter, he says that, who is dear to me? Krishna says, he is dear to me. If you do this, you are dear to me. If you do this, you are to... One of the verses he says that, if you preach my glories to others, you are very dear to me. So our objective is to become dear to Krishna. We have to make everything, all our activities through words, through mind, through actions, so that Krishna is pleased. Very, very simple. That is offense. Offense means Krishna is not pleased. If no offense means Krishna is pleased. That should be our objective. Whether we chant, whether we do activity, whether we think something, whether we speak something, everything, Krishna should be happy by the way you behave. Right? We also learned about that peace formula last week. What is the peace formula? To be happy. You remember? No? Forgot? Okay. You want clue?
Yes.
How to be peaceful and not have enemies at all in your life, so that nobody will be enemy forever.
Think that everybody is superior to me and offer
No, there is a verse where it defines the austerity of speech. Austerity of speech.
Yes, that
It shouldn't hurt.
yeah, it should.
So if you follow this is a peace formula. So if you follow this, then you won't have any enemies. If you don't have any enemies, there is no quarrel and hypocrisy. That means you are not in Kali Yuga. Right? Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priyam hitam chayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vanmayata uchyate. Krishna says that. Okay, so this is a peace formula. We learned about this last week. Right?
Not last week, Prabhu.
About 2 weeks back. So, so the tendency to forget, right? Tendency to forget is there. Scientifically it is proven. You know what? Scientifically it is proven that when we don't remember what we learned, every one day you lose 84% of it. 84% you lose. If you don't remember that. Suppose say you learned a sloka yesterday and today you don't repeat it or you don't remember that sloka. So whatever you said, 84% of it is you forgot. Only 16% you remember. Here and there, somewhere. Oh, I said some slow. Oh, that word, Prabhu, I know that word, only that word. No, nothing. So scientifically, biologically, they have proven it. Okay. So we have to keep repeating it. It's good for us. Bhagavad Gita, for every activity, believe me, every activity in Bhagavad Gita, we have one sloka allocated. Every activity. You go, sit, sleep, there is one sloka. Yukta ahara viharasya yukta karmashta jesasyu yukta swapnava bodhasya yoga bhavati dukkada. Right? If you follow this sloka, then nobody will get diabetic. Seriously. India is diabetic center now. Okay? If you follow this sloka, this is a medicine for diabetic. Yukta ahara viharasya yukta karmashta chesasyu yukta swapnava bodhasya yoga bhavati. He is telling how to eat, how to act, how to sleep. If you follow all this yukta means regulated. Okay, if you follow this regulated, then we don't get disease. Do we get disease? No. So no diabetes. Talking about myself, sorry. So second verse, to consider the names of demigod like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or independent of the names of Lord Vishnu. Then third one is very important. Especially those who are initiated, please be very, very careful about it. Give your ears to this, okay, specifically. Third one is to disobey the instructions of spiritual masters. Gurur Ninda, okay, this is very important. Because, see, knowingly or unknowingly, from the birth until now, you all have Guru. I bet you all have Guru in one way or other, right? Even for me, I can talk about myself. To come to America, that was not my choice. I saw somebody. I saw my cousin going to America. Then I said, why should not I go? So he's my Guru, right? He inspired me to go to America. So he's one of the Gurus, okay? So whatever you act, however you act in your life, it is not your independent action. You did that because you followed somebody else. Correct? You agree, everyone? Yes. So that means you have Guru in your life in one way or the other. Right? I want to take some course, engineering course. It was not my choice because my friend took it. So I want to follow him. He said good things about that engineering. Oh, computers is so nice, blah, 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 blah. Then I got inspired. So I joined computers because he told me. So he's my Guru. So knowingly or unknowingly, we have Guru in every activities of our life. Right? So when we have Guru in our material life, which is not going to help us eventually after we die, leave this body, it's not going to help us. So why are we not having a spiritual Guru? Right? So one has to have a spiritual Guru, spiritual teacher. So I always emphasize this. In many of my sessions, I emphasize that you should, every one person should have another person whom you listen to in your life. A higher up whom you listen to, whom you obey, whom you confide in him. Oh, you have your wife? So this is not, the disclaimer is this is not applicable for spouses. So, okay, this is outside the family. Okay. So one should have, seriously, this is told by Srila Rupa Goswami also. Okay, in the scriptures, in Upadeshamrita, he said, you have to have one person whom you confide with, all your confidentiality, you share with, right? So that you get good guidance. Everybody should have. Do you have? Do you have? One person whom you listen. If you say sit, you have to sit. If you say stand, you have to stand. You have that person? Other than husband? No, not Krishna. Okay, so he has to be living with you so that you can talk to him, communicate. So everyone should have. It's a mandatory thing. Okay? If you don't have, doesn't matter whether you're 60 years or 80 years old. There will be somebody who is 85 years old, you can take that person. Okay, so there will always be some senior. Okay? Who is bona fide, who is confidential, and who is unbiased. Okay, you cannot say, oh, Vanit Prabhu, you are my good friend. Whatever you do is right. Okay, blessed, granted. No, Vanit Prabhu, if you do wrong, if I consider you are doing wrong, if you believe me, you have trust in me, when I say, Vanit Prabhu, you're wrong, you have to correct yourself. Then you should admit. So you should have that kind of person, unbiased. Okay? And then confidential. If Vanit Prabhu reveals something into me, then I cannot go to Saujanya. You know what happened? Vanit Prabhu. No, I cannot tell that. So you have to be confidential. Okay, unbiased, confidential, more matured, scriptural and material, both. So you should have that kind of person in your life. Okay. So we are talking about Guru. Guru is very essential. Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev. Guru Krishna Krupa Hoy Bhakti Lata Bij. To get Bhakti, you should have blessings from Guru and Krishna. They work on partnership basis. You cannot say, I just want Krishna, no Guru. At the same time, you cannot say, I just want Guru, no Krishna. No, it won't. They work on partnership basis. Their package. Okay, without Krishna, you cannot get Guru. Without Guru, you cannot get Krishna. Right? Guru Krishna Krupa Hoy Bhakti Lata Bij. To get the Bhakti Lata, you have to have Guru. Guru is the one who is, we already discussed this verse, if you know. Gu Shabdasto Andakaro, Ru Shabdasto Nirodaka. Andakaro Niroditvat Iti Guru Abhidiyate. Who is that Guru? Iti Guru Abhidiyate means that person is said to be Guru. Who is that Guru? Gu Shabdasto Andakara. What is Andakara we have? We have very basic Andakara. What we have is we are this body. Right? That is the root cause of all other things. Root cause is that we consider we are this body. That is Andakara. Ru Shabdasto Nirodaka. Who removes that Andakara? Who is that who removes that Andakara? Guru. By how? By giving you knowledge. That is in Bhagavad Gita. I said, what is that verse in Bhagavad Gita? Come on. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. No, this verse where Guru imparts you knowledge.
Tadvini Patena Prani
See,
Prasthena
Pranita,
Sevaya.
remember only that word. Okay, go ahead. Try. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshyanti te gnanam gnaninas tattvadarshina. Is tattvadarshina, he has seen the truth, he'll impart the truth onto you. Okay, but what you have to do? Tadvidhi pranipatena, surrender to him. Pariprasnena sevaya, in the mood of service, in the mood of a servant, asking questions, get knowledge from him. Okay, pariprasnena sevaya. Upadekshanti te gnanam. He will give you the gnanam. He will give you the knowledge. He will impart the knowledge unto you. Because they have seen the truth. So that is Guru. Okay, so you have to surrender. So you have to be very careful. Especially, I'm emphasizing on those who are initiated also. So you have to be very careful that you, whatever spiritual master he says, right, you have to follow. You have to be such a obedient servant. Disciple means obedient servant. If Guru says go jump from the third floor, you have to jump. No Guru says that. I'm saying, you have to be such an obedient. Perfect example for this is our spiritual master. Who is that? Srila Prabhupada is a perfect example of a bona fide disciple. Very serious disciple. In 1922, he first met his spiritual master. Who is that? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He first met. And he was not interested to meet him actually. His friend, who is that? Narendranath Malik. His friend forced him, come, let's go. There's a wonderful Vaishnava here in the city. Why don't we go? So Narendra Malik, he forced Srila Prabhupada. At that time, he was not Srila Prabhupada. At that time, he was Abhay Babu. So Abhay, he forced him. Let's go and meet him. Okay, Abhay. So let's go and meet him. He says, no, I have seen many gurus. They are all just fake gurus. I don't believe. No, he said, Narendranath said, no, come, let's go. Then as soon as he went there, 1922, first visit, he went there. You know what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur told? They met them on the terrace. He said, you guys, you know English very well. So why don't you spread Chaitanya's movement around the world in English? Why don't you spread? That is what he said. Srila Prabhupada took that instruction, life and soul. Right? Such a surrendered soul Srila Prabhupada was. He took that in 1922, but still at that time he was a grasta, just married, just had one son at the time. So he said, no, I have so many family responsibilities I cannot do. He didn't tell that, but internally he was thinking that he delayed. Actually, Srila Prabhupada, he tells in his biography that, okay, I did a great mistake when I did that. See, 1922 you said, and when did Srila Prabhupada come to US? 65. How many years it took? 43 years he took to execute his spiritual master's orders. That is why Srila Prabhupada repents that in his biography. I did a great mistake. I should have taken it as soon as my spiritual master said. Okay, but still, it doesn't mean that he went a different route. He was still Krishna conscious. Okay, so then he passed through all the stages of Varnashrama Dharma, Grastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. So you pass through. So the example what I am saying is, once your spiritual master says, those instructions will become life and soul for us. Those who have spiritual master to you. All the spiritual masters during initiation, they give a personal instructions, right? Did you get personal instruction? What was that?
Chanting.
Once. Chanting you do anyways. I got instruction from my spiritual master that you have to spread Krishna consciousness. Okay, under your capacity, whatever capacity you have to spread Krishna consciousness. Not that, oh, I'm doing nice 16 rounds of chanting, I read Bhagavatam, I read Bhagavad Gita, I eat prasadam, offer bhoga, eat prasadam, I do everything. That is not enough. That is not enough. That is not what your spiritual master wants. I bet any spiritual master. That is not what Srila Prabhupada wants. Srila Prabhupada very clearly said, books are my basis. Repeat, books are my basis. No, that is last. Books are my basis. Preaching is the essence. Just by reading blah blah blah, books, acquiring knowledge, so much knowledge about Krishna and do nothing, what is the use? It's not use. It's not useful for you. It's not useful for others. Books are the basis. Preaching is the essence. That is the same. Second. Third one. So don't remember. Okay, I'll tell, but next week also I'll ask the same question. You have to remember. Okay. So books are the basis. Not just acquiring knowledge. Now you have to implement it. Preaching is the essence. Go out. Go out. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, every town and village my name should be spread. Go out. Whomever you meet, just preach in your own way. Not that they'll get bored again and then they go away from Krishna consciousness. No. Even that is one of them. We'll discuss that. So preaching is the essence. Then to preach, you need at least these materials, right? Right now Zoom is getting recorded. So I need a phone to preach. Right? I need a computer. So I'm using this for Krishna preaching, right? So utility is the value. third one is utility. Utility is a value that means, doesn't mean that you cannot have a car. Right? Once Srila Prabhupada was asked, Srila Prabhupada, you have this Lamborghini. Was it Lamborghini or which car was that? Not Lamborghini, that I forgot that car. Bentley? Okay, he had a beautiful, very costly car which goes very fast. He has a lot of power. So Srila Prabhupada was asked by one of the reporters, you are a sannyasi, why do you need this car? Then he gives wonderful, Srila Prabhupada is witty. So Srila Prabhupada says that the whole world is going very fast in the opposite direction. To catch them, I need this nice car. Go, catch them, get them. Make them Krishna conscious and liberate them. That is so that is why I have these good nice cars. Okay? So it's a very nice answer. So that is the utility, the value. Then if Srila Prabhupada would have said, no, I don't want this Bentley, I want bicycle. On bicycle, I'll go door to door and spread Krishna consciousness. Would that be possible? No. He used airplane, he used Jalayuta, he used whatever he had at his disposal, he used all of them to go around the countries and preach. No, he came by ship. He traveled 14 times in 12 years around the world. Whatever means it is. By land, the sea, air. So he utilized all of these material things. Okay, similarly, whatever materials we have, we cannot say, I'm renounced, I don't want. Okay, materials. No, I want to use all of them. So similarly, in one of the Srila Prabhupada's pastimes, one devotee, Srila Prabhupada, disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he came and said, Swamiji, that time he was Swamiji, right? Srila Prabhupada. So Swamiji, there is one great spiritualist have come into the town, okay? And people have taken the picture because somebody offered him so much cash to him and he says like this, okay? And they took the picture and then put it in newspaper and he became very famous. Oh, this sannyasi doesn't touch anything. Then Srila Prabhupada said, get all the money. I'll make like I'll do like this. Take picture of mine and put everywhere. Okay? He says the essence is that you should never neglect. Okay? You should use all of them in Krishna's service. Srila Prabhupada used all of his money in spreading Krishna consciousness. He didn't use anything for himself. Never. Never. So that is the real Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya. Not Falgu Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya. So that is what we want. We use everything in Krishna's service. So that is the utility, is the value. The third one. Books are the basis. Preaching is the essence. Third one is utility is the value. You do all these things, then what is the final one? Purity is the force. Yes, you need purity. Okay, but the more you preach, purity will come. Right? So that is the intention of Srila Prabhupada. So he set an example how a disciple should be. And we have to follow his example. He is a live example actually. We cannot say it is through scriptures. We saw him doing that. Right? In all of his videos, if you see. So very nice. So this is third. Guru Avagya means to disobey the instructions of spiritual master. You can never disobey the instructions. Guru is not a fashion. Okay, please don't. Guru is not a fashion. Okay, to get a guru, first of all I said Guru and Krishna, they work on partnership basis. To get a guru, Krishna should show you mercy. First thing, if you are getting a guru means Krishna has already shown you mercy. So you should not take it cheaply. Guru and Krishna you can never take cheaply. Otherwise we are going to do lot of offense. There are three categories of people, right? In disciples itself, there are three categories. Okay, first category is that disciple who understands the mood of his spiritual master before even the spiritual master tell him to do what to do. Before even, right? Guru doesn't tell anything, but he understands and he does. Okay, this is what my guru likes. Okay, so that is first category. Second category is he will be idle until my guru says do this, do that, do this. Okay, so when guru says that, okay, then I'll do. And third category of people, disciples are, even though they say multiple times, they say they won't do that. So they also, one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, he questioned Srila Prabhupada, somehow I'm hesitant to become a disciple because right now I have the liberty to do whatever. I'm coming to temple, I worship Krishna, I do book distribution, I eat prasam, I have the liberty. But if I become a disciple, then I have to obey all your instructions. That means whatever you say, I have to. So I will lose my freedom. So then, what do you say about this, Srila Prabhupada? Then Srila Prabhupada gave wonderful answer. You want to hear?
Yeah.
Beautiful answer. Okay. So during walk, he does walking, morning walks, right? He does morning walk. So during morning walk, the disciple was there behind. Then he was going. Normally he does beach walking. Beach walking. He does that. That's very good for health actually. Beach walking is the best exercise. Best exercise. You don't have to do any other gym. Beach walking because it has lot of salt content in the beach and it has a lot of effect. I don't know the details, but beach walking is the best. So he was walking along with his disciple, the disciple who asked this question. Then he saw that there is a dog lying. Then he says, "Do you want this life, the dog on the beach?" Because it was a stray dog. It was not a trained dog. Do you want that dog's freedom? Because that dog doesn't know when he gets to eat, where he sleeps, what he does, that doesn't know anything. It goes by his instincts, okay, because it's not a trained dog. Then he shows another, there is a car coming, okay, so the owner and the dog, it's a very, very expensive car. They get on and the dog is tied with the leash, okay, so do you want this dog's freedom or you want that dog? Which is tied to the owner. Owner always controls. But see, that dog gets wonderful food. It gets AC car. So whenever there is some problem, you'll take it to a best veterinary doctor. So do you want that kind of treatment? Or you want this kind of treatment, you don't know what, when you get food, when you get shelter. So he asked that, then the disciple realizes, oh, yeah, so I have to be under the spiritual master's guidance. Then I'm taken care of. So this is the guru and disciples relation. So one should not take it very lightly. So this is third, Guru Ravagya. Then fourth, 7:40 already. Okay, so we'll we'll do next session. Sorry. So we did 3, but we'll do another. Next class guaranteed I will complete. Okay, we have 7 more to go. But if we go deeper, is it okay?
Deeper like this. It's so what if you take.
But we lost touch of Srimad Bhagavatam. We did that series. We are in third canto, right? Which canto? I even forgot. First canto. First canto, third chapter. See, we lost. Huh? Yeah, the third. So we lost touch of Srimad Bhagavatam. That series will continue. Our Shyam Prabhu left, that series discontinued. Okay.
That's 4
So
months.
yeah, we will continue. So next week I'll be much more faster. Today I was fast actually. So I'll be much more faster, right? Otherwise it will go on. Already this is the 5th session. But you don't remember anything of it. What is the use? So you don't remember anything of it. Again, next week we'll go through the same thing.
So it's better you do this deeply so that it embeds in everybody's.
That's what I did last sessions also. We have to implement it. That is what I'm saying. We have to implement it. If one simple example is, forget about all that. When you meet Vaishnavas, right? Talk nicely. Yeah. Like she came after a long time, right? We missed you. Many events, big events. So talk to her nicely. Ask her, how are you doing? Correct? So those are Vaishnava etiquettes, basically. So if we build up those qualities, the good qualities, right? The service attitude, right? Not just, I go to temple, okay? Then I see God, Krishna, put attendance, Krishna, I'm here, don't worry. So, and just eat prasadam and don't do any service, then that is not good actually. Okay, so similarly in gathering also, whenever we get an opportunity to serve, because when we do service, that is when our false ego dies down. If we don't do service, our false ego doesn't die. Even during kirtan, right? Kirtan also, if you don't raise hands while dancing, this is indication of that we have deep false ego. You know, they say if you raise hand, your false ego will go. If you dance, your false ego will go much. So always raise hand. Now in Kirtan, we hesitate. In Kirtan, we'll stand almost at the back, the backmost. In Prasadam, we want at the frontmost. So that is not. No, you have to be in the front. Even when doing preaching, you know, don't try to sit at the back. Come front. That shows you are interested to learn something new. Okay? Our misgiving should go away first. And for that, the best thing is do service. When we do service, all our five senses are engaged. When all our five senses are engaged, the impurities, all those five impurities will go away, 6 impurities. Okay, so that is what my humble suggestion. So next week we'll try to finish it off. Other 7, we have 7 more to go. Okay, we just did 3 for past 5 sessions. We did 3. So, but next week will be faster. You know, we don't want to get too much deeper. We will miss Srimad Bhagavatam otherwise. So we'll continue Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so any open for questions, comments, criticism, complaints, whatever. Like online? Check online. Vatsala Mataji might be there. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Did you say hello to me today?
I did.
Did you invite the Vaishnava lady?
Yeah, you came in between. Okay, you came in between. Any question? Yes, Manit Prabhu. You don't? Online, somebody is there. Somebody was speaking, I heard.
No question, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
No question.
Okay, thank you very much for joining though. Who else is there online?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. This is Muralidhar Keshav Das.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Yeah, Dhanavad Pranam Prabhuji. Yeah, very nice lecture, Prabhu. Thank you so much for such a wonderful class. So many instructions, you know. So, you know, so my question to you is like, you know, so as you said, like, you know, we have been hearing, you know, we have been hearing these instructions, you know, multiple times from different sources also, like sometimes hearing by yourself on YouTube or hearing different Prabhuji's lectures, direct lectures, you know. But many times it seems like, you know, we tend to forget it. So what is the source of that?
So the forgetfulness is also there in us. Okay, so Krishna says that I give you remembrance, I give you forgetfulness also. So it is there in us, but how we can get away from that is because of association. So if we don't have association, for example, that we have association just once in a week, say every Saturday we get here, right? As I said, biologically we tend to forget 84% of our memory if we don't revise it. So we meet once in a week, every Saturday, and we don't meet during daytimes at all because of our schedule. We definitely tend to forget. So that is not the proposed way. Proposed way is every day we have to be having association, either physical association or a virtual association. Okay, over the phone or any modes. So we have to have association. When we have association, we discuss about Krishna Katha, we definitely don't forget. So for example, I say, it's a mundane example that, do you forget your child's name even in sleep? No. Why? Because we call them at least 100 times per day. Right? We repeatedly call them. Tarun, 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 come here. Tarun, Jutan. So when you don't see him also, you remember his name. When you see him also, you remember his name. So you don't tend to forget. When you cannot forget the same brain, same mind, same intelligence, when you cannot forget your son's name, how would you forget Krishna's names and Krishna's pastimes? Same intelligence. Why? Because we don't repeat that. We don't hear that. We don't get to association. We don't hear from others. So consistently we have to keep hearing. Otherwise we tend to forget. Even Krishna's pastimes, everything will tend to forget. So you have to continuously hear lecture, audio lecture, talk over the phone, talk to your friends about Krishna Katha, right? Acharyas. So continuously. Satatam kirtayanto mam yejana paripasate. Tesham nityabhiyuktamam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Satatam kirtayanto. Always. 24/7. Association, Prabhu, mainly.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prabhu.
That's why in olden days they would keep all the kids' name Krishna, I mean a Vaishnava family. They'll
Yes.
keep all God's name.
Yeah.
Govinda.
They might have learned Ajamil story much. That is why.
So
Keep
when they
Narayana
call
and get
them,
liberated.
Narayana, all these names. So when they call, it's always these names. So whenever they open their mouth and call their kids' names also, it's God's. But
So
nowadays
if you
it is all
see that
Maya.
that is the advantage when you constantly remember about Krishna, right? Krishna is not anywhere outside. Krishna is in our heart. He will help us. How will he help us? He says, Sarvasya chaham ridi sannivishto matta smrutirgnanam apohanam cha vedaista sarvair ahameva vedyo vedanta krit vedavitteva chaham. He says, in everybody's heart I am there. I am the one who is giving you forgetfulness. Matta smrutir gnanam apohanam cha. Smrutir, memory, gnanam, knowledge, and apohanam, forgetfulness. I am the one who is giving. But I will help you. Dadami buddhyogam tamena mamupyantite. To come to me, I will give that intelligence. But you have to believe and you have to trust in me and that you have to behave what I say, how I say. Not use your own intelligence. Krishna says 24 by a patana patana. That's it. You learn and teach. Learn and teach. Learn and teach. 24/7. Why would you forget? You won't forget. Any of these verses I'm telling you, you won't forget. Next week, if I ask you, you will forget. What is the difference? There's no difference between you and me. The more you talk, you remember. The more you talk. So that is why initially I recommended everybody to speak here. Come here and speak. Because when you are allowed to speak here, you go and do exercise at home. You learn things. Okay, all the Matajis, they did wonderful. There was Mataji marathon. Every Mataji spoke. So when they spoke, they learned. They studied. That means they remembered. That is the easy way. Swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva. Swadhyaya, self-study. Abhyasanam, practice. Right? Thank you, Muralidhar Keshav Prabhu. Anybody else? Saujanya Mataji.
I have a question. Not maybe a clarification.
No.
So at least in me, I realize even if I'm telling somebody what is wrong, like the intention is good, but then when I heard like past couple weeks when you said, like what Krishna said, when you speak, that should not hurt other person, right? So it was a bit challenging for me because sometimes you have to tell because you see you're trying to correct somebody, not that I'm like 100% correct or anything. So then like how can we make somebody learn? How can we you know that somebody is doing it's for them to improve or whatever. It was a bit challenging. So I don't know what if I'm doing correct or not. Then I started thinking, can I convey this in a better way, softer way, but by conveying the message? So I started changing. Then I realized my mistake. Like, okay, whatever it is, I think either I'm provoking or the reaction, I know they're going to get hurt, but I'm helpless. I have to convey this. So I don't know the difference, how everybody else is facing, but any suggestions? So I don't know, Rosie. That was my challenge, to be honest.
So, first of all, I don't know who that person you are communicating to, but
Mainly family members.
yeah. So it depends. Family members, it's a different drama altogether. But in general, I'm saying that there is a different in scripture says it. Okay, there is a different way of dealing with others who are elders, who are equals, who are juniors. There's a different way, three categories. Because we end up so many people, right? There might be senior, equals, junior. So seniors with high respect. Sometimes you feel you see that the seniors are not doing good, not doing the right thing. Is what I feel. Not that they might be really doing good or not, we don't know. But what I feel that they are doing wrong. So how do you communicate with them? How do you communicate and not provoke them? Anudvega, karam vakyam. So anudvega, you should not put them in a udvega. So then there is a way that you have to contact the higher ups of that person. Okay, so that person can communicate with them in a way they want. So that is dealing with higher ups. Dealing with equals, that is more difficult actually, because equals means friends. I can say, why are you doing this? That is not correct. Why don't you know? So it's a friendly relation, so equals. So if he is open to my suggestion, then he'll take it. So that is friendly relation. So it depends on your relation. That is equals. And then the subordinate. Subordinates always see us as, oh, he's the purest person in ISKCON. So always like that, subordinates. They tend to praise you always. Oh, Prabhuji, you are the, oh, give me your dust of your lotus feet, Prabhu. I need that, please, blessing. So all that, so you have to be very careful. You don't have to get puffed up by hearing all that. So dealing with subordinates, there is a way. Okay, so in your case, specific to your case, I'm not sure which person are you dealing with, but sometimes time will heal, they say, elders will say, right, time will heal. So if you feel that the other person is getting udvega because of your behavior, silence is a force. Okay, be silent. Unless it is ending up in a great loss. If it is not ending up in a great loss, suppose say your partner wants to buy a car for $10,000 and you don't like it. Okay, so maximum what will happen if he does against your wish? He might lose $10,000. That's okay, right? So unless it's a drastic end point, you can be silent. Okay, when you know for sure, if it is your partner, if your spouse, you know for sure, being with him for almost 25 years, you know how he behaves in what, right? Not exactly, 100% we won't know. So, but at least you know how he behaves. So then you can be silent. Silence is a force. Talk less.
Sometimes with kids also, right? You know you're correcting them, but then they don't like
Kids also, then that is what the scripture says, that until they are 14 years, you have to be very, very strict. Once they are 14, mitra, friend, you have to become friend. Many things they won't listen. Many things they won't listen, guaranteed. Okay, there's no surprise in that. Many things they won't listen. So, but you have to be friendly and go in their route to correct them. You cannot get them in our route. They won't listen. Then they will revolt. Then your relation will be spoiled. So better be friendly with them and then deal with them. That is described in scriptures. Yeah. How to treat each category. So that's why we need knowledge, all that. It is all defined in scriptures. Okay. So anybody wants to share reflection? Question, okay. Vatsala nice to see you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yeah, I'm here in person, not online, and not Vatsala Mataji, Vani Seva.
Vani Seva. Mataji, your name and you are non-different.
So even in the online you are there, you are still there. Okay. Vani Seva.
Yes, Prabhuji, dealing with I have dealt with the seniors, Prabhupada's disciples and all. Sometimes it's very difficult. I have to go down and sometimes I have to forgive. Forgive, whatever they have said. Otherwise, my relationship with them will not work. Forgive, you may not forget right away within a month, but eventually the time is a healing factor.
Yes.
So I have served a lot of Prabhupada's disciples. They have told a lot of things, unpleasant things. It's okay, but I speak my mind. If you don't like it, I'm so sorry, but I cannot be so soft-hearted. I have soft-heartedness. I have compassion in my heart. When they need help, I don't care who says what. I'll be the first one to go and help them. But if I don't like something, I would speak my mind. Okay, and I'm not afraid to speak my mind. And they have to know, where you stand and what are beneficial to you, what is not appropriate or not beneficial to my progress. Okay, and but I think I have contacted some people, and I have told them, and when I go back, I deal in a very nice way. I don't hold anything what they said to me. Please take care of yourself. That's all I say. And this way, I haven't forgotten what they said to me, but it will take some time. But I have forgiven the statement they made to me. It was very inappropriate. And I think if you make a stand on what you want to say, and if you are good in your heart, Krishna is watching you, and you don't have to be afraid of anybody. So I have learned that from my experience, because I won't pretend as if I am humbled by their actions. I'm not that pretentious person. I am straightforward, and I will say, and I love them too. When I care for them, I tell them, I care for you, I love you. But certain things, I don't care what you are telling me. So I think that's the way I deal with that. But in your heart, Krishna is there. Everybody's heart, Krishna is there. And you do love everybody. It's not like you hate anybody, And this is the lesson I learned in all these years. The time is healing factor, and forgetfulness, forgive also others.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. So it's best to be Mitabhashini. You know what Mitabhashini is? Prahlad Maharaj was Mitabhashini, right from his birth. That means talk less. Okay. Don't get me wrong, ladies, if I tell the statistics. So according to the statistics, ladies talk 30,000 words per day. Men talk 15,000 words per day. Okay. So, huh?
That's why our marriage.
No, then the question was asked why. The question was asked why ladies talk 30,000 words, why men only 15,000. Ladies said, I have to repeat twice to my husband always. He doesn't listen. so, so that's why I always talk twice to make him understand. So it's just the statistics, but at least the essence is, the bottom line is, talk less, less problems.
Do more.
Okay, talk less problems. This is Mitabhashini. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Anybody?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Vanit Prabhu, yes, Prabhu.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one question on the demigods. So, lot of our relatives, they are still worshipping demigods, right? So same thing, they tell, when we tell that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and we should worship Krishna primarily, right? So the question always comes that it's all same thing. Everybody is same. So it is very difficult to convince, because since if you consider myself since birth, if I am not associated with ISKCON, I might not have aware of it, because I come from a very small place, okay, and ISKCON is not there. So what is the best way to preach them and educate them so that they will also go into it? Although they are very devotional, but the problem is they are not able to understand. And we also don't want that there will be a Namapad. If they don't consider the value of the name, you understanding my point, right?
So again, it's based on your relationship with them, okay? To what level you can go and tell them, okay? If you're very close, friendly, then that's a different route to convince them. But if you don't know them, you're just relative, here and there we meet them, okay? So then whatever you say, you have to be very careful because they get offended and they won't take your instructions. So best thing is that if you are close to them, you are close by to them, you invite to your home and feed them Krishna Prasadam. Okay? Invite them occasionally. Invite them. When they invite and feed Krishna Prasadam, and on top of it, most important is how you behave. Your behavior is very important. Okay, so just by behavioral example you said to them, they will get inspired. That is most important. You cannot preach. Many of our people I have seen in my relatives, you cannot preach because in India especially, they all think I know Bhagavad Gita. I have read so many times. I know Bhagavad Gita, everything I know. If you ask one sloka or one incident, what Krishna said, no, they won't remember. But I know everything, they say. So you cannot preach to those people. Okay. So this again, one of the offenses is, ninth offense is to instruct a faithless person about the glory of the holy name. Very difficult. So that doesn't mean that we have to stop. So we can set a very nice example which by seeing which they get inspired. Set a nice example. Be it at home also. Be it at home because it's extremely more difficult than outside to preach inside house. It's very difficult. They don't listen. Sri Srila Prabhupada, our Jagat Guru, recently he got awarded as Jagat Guru also. So he couldn't change his own family. He changed the entire world. None of his kids are Krishna conscious. His wife was not Krishna conscious. Wife was not supporting. Then one can question, first try to change your. No, it's very difficult, extremely difficult. Because of the familiarity breeds contempt. Okay, we are so much familiar. Like my mother, I can give you a practical example. So my mother is not Krishna consciousness. She doesn't practice any of these Krishna consciousness things. But when I go back and say, Mom, Krishna is everything. Now she also in her altar, she has everything. Okay, so Mom, Krishna is everything. Eat Krishna Prasadam, offer it. What are you talking, man? I know how you were when you were kid. 30 years back, I know how you were. You are teaching me now? So they won't listen. They won't listen. So just by example, today my mom is little bit inclined at least because I don't preach to her. But by example, when I go home during vacation, she herself goes and offers if possible. Before even feeding me. I don't tell her, but she goes, offers it to Krishna and gives it back. So that is a change. Right? She doesn't even buy onion garlic when I'm there during vacation because she knows that So it is by example, it is not by preaching. If I say, don't eat onion garlic, who are you, man? You were always fond of onion when you were a kid. So she'll get back. No. So it is just by preaching by example. For our own people, always preach by example.
I think association is also very important. Right?
Association
they don't
is
have
very
association
important.
that.
Yes.
So the good thing is when my parents or Shika parents come here, right? Like it was difficult for us, because in India they used to eat onion and other thing and tea. Tea is also I have to just get tea for them only here, but no onion garlic. I clearly told them that no, we will not allow in the home also. But slowly they adapted that, like offering, like either prasadam offering or any fruits offering. They get habitual. Let's say if we both are working, they know at this time this is the offering. They do by themselves, and I think they are doing there also. So like I think association is very important for them. But for lot of folks which don't get association, it is very difficult to preach. And the other problem is there is a very thin line that you should not offend the name also. So that's where the confusion starts, what to do, what not to do.
Yes, so that is very true association. One live example I can give when my in-laws came to my place here in Morrisville many years back, many years I'm talking about. So we used to do everyday study, Bhagavad Gita study, every day, evening, Bhagavad Gita study, and then chant. Just by looking at us, chanting and reading and following all these principles, when they went back, they gave up meat. They gave up meat eating and they started chanting. So they are chanting even as of today. We never preached to them. So, well said. That is, association is very, very much needed. Right association.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I have one suggestion here.
One Muralidhar Keshav Prabhu is speaking.
See, Prabhuji, like in a
One minute,
community.
Prabhu, mic is coming.
One second, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yeah, you can speak now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Prabhuji, the situations like in India where we are trying to preach to our relatives or our community people. So the thing is that, like, what we can also try is, like, to host a festival, and we invite, as Prabhuji said, like because they've seen us, they have already seen us, so they may not be able to take what the instructions what we are giving to them. So host a festival, invite some Prabhuji. If it will be very good if it is a saffron cloth brahmachari, because saffron cloth in India is very much respected. So invite like that, and then host a small program, and invite your friends or relatives or neighbors. That way they can kickstart with their Krishna consciousness, and then after that you see how they're reacting in that program, and then you will get some people who are showing some kind of interest. And then, as Prabhuji mentioned, so invite those kind of people to your home, and then talk more about Krishna consciousness to them. Like that way you can slowly start. And so being an example is always the best way of preaching in India, because people in India, as Prabhuji mentioned, like, everybody thinks that they know Bhagavad Gita, so yeah, maybe that's a small suggestion, like, to host a small program, and then by that you can spread Krishna consciousness.
Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing a wonderful reflection. So, anybody else before we're getting late, but
Another thing is, when a person is ready for it, even if he has come here for the first time, just listening to a minor thing, you wouldn't have dreamt that that person those changes would come. That he'll automatically come to such a place and the changes will automatically come and you'll see that person coming.
here all of you are wonderful examples actually. Our Shivaji Prabhu. Shivaji Prabhu is a live example.
So when the time is
He
ready,
came for
they'll
first
automatically come.
two sessions. He came, but since then he has been so very studious, very sincere. And Makarand Prabhu. Makarand Prabhu, 6 months back, I didn't even know him. Our Makarand Prabhu. Now he is extremely sincere, serious, just because he watched all of us. We all set an example.
Yes, as you said, seeing, observing,
Yes.
all those things. Even if they have come here just for this thing, they would see. For a Vaishnava, it's easy, but who is not a Vaishnava, getting that person is definitely not an easy thing. Like you've seen in India with the Shaivites, Lingayats, impossible to make them change. But even that kind of a person who is come and who is ready, there will be a transformation.
So Krishna's mercy should always be there.
Without that
Guru
grace,
and Krishna's grace,
without that grace, it is unless the person is ready for it,
yes.
for the change.
Thank you.
And another thing is, we cannot argue with the Mayavada philosophy.
Yeah.
Especially in India, I found out last year when I was there, everybody is worshipping everywhere.
Yes.
And you just do what you have to do, that's it. You worship and chanting Krishna's name and do whatever
See,
you
if
do.
we are not at that level where we can argue and convince people, we should not be doing. That becomes an offense. That becomes a ninth offense. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. So that falls into that category. Because if we are not capable of arguing and convincing in the same way, like Srila Prabhupada used to do very wonderfully. He never completely argued with them, but he gave such a nice example and from the scriptures and live examples with his disciples. He can convince anybody. Okay. So if you are not there yet, better not to talk, not to discuss about it with them.
The person who is in 10th standard can't teach something to somebody who is in first grade. They'll not understand unless we come down to that level and teach. Yes.
So thank you very much. You have anything?
When my in-laws came, my father-in-law he observed. When my in-laws came, my father-in-law he observed, and then every day evening, 7 o'clock, when we offer the bhoga, he used to read Bhagavad Gita from and the translation and not purport, just that. By the time they left here, they completed all. And he said, otherwise I couldn't have done. And that's just, he took just by observing everybody. And then when my parents came, for 3 months, my father didn't even know that we didn't use in onion garlic. And then they said, oh, no, they were fine. So they just continued, and whenever we go, they try their best. So by example is what is important for certain, especially family members. That's really good. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Mataji. So thank you, everyone. We'll meet next week. So we'll revive everything, same thing again. Vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripasindhubhyascha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Salpapanyavatam Rajan Vishwaso Naiva Jayate Sharira Vidyaja Jadendriyata Heka Jiva Fele Vishesagare Tara Madhya Jivahati Lobhomaya Sudurmati Take Jatakatina Samsare Krishna Barodayamai Koribara Jivajai Swaprasada Nadilobai Sei Annamrita Pao Ki Radha Krishna Guna Gavo Premada Ko Chaitanya Nitai Jai Nimai Jai Nitai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Ki Radha Krishna Mahaprasadam ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you very much. Thank you, online devotees. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.